Hi guys, and welcome to my philosophy to becoming an empowering educator. I'm Carly Williamson. So I aspire to be an empowering teacher who teaches for global justice through promoting active and responsible citizenship in contemporary society. I want to create a learning environment that is sensitive to matters of social justice, driven by mutual respect, more decision making, and responsibility given to students. Respect will be central, promoting equity and diversity in the classroom. A classroom which is culturally inclusive, responsive, and competent, encouraging students to examine biased topics, cultures, and traditions. Curriculum integration will be evident, aiding students in making meaning across learning areas through teaching relevant real-world issues that connect to students' lives. I intend to desocialize learning through utilising problem-solving, situated, multicultural approaches where they match students' interest and the curriculum to ensure that curriculum, assessment, and pedagogy align to provide contextual and authentic learning experiences for students. As a future educator, I want to stay true to my authentic self, and I will encourage students to do the same, promoting equity and diversity and utilising varied cultures and backgrounds and student experiences to act as their voice in the curriculum. The influences, ideas, and inspirations. As an educator, I must adhere to the Australian and Western Australian curriculums, AITSL teaching standards, and incorporate judging standards throughout planning for assessment, basing curriculum on social justice to give students opportunity to learn the skills they need to be critical thinkers, advance their education, prepare for employment, and become active citizens. So that comes under AITSL Standard 3 of Planning for and Implementing Teaching and Learning. I will adopt the curriculum to structure and scaffold learning and ensure outcomes, activities, assessment, and strategies align, flow to build knowledge and provide authentic learning experiences. Following the principles of democratic education, i.e. inquiry-based learning, as said by Kath Murdoch, her cycle, differentiating learning and teaching in innovative, informed, individualised, and collective ways. I will lean to support groups for ideas and inspiration, such as teachers and other staff, the extended community, and constantly expanding knowledge. So my AITSL standards, knowing the content and how to teach it. I will attend as many PDD days as possible, i.e. Welcome to the Country Conference or Teach for Australia's The Art of Student Empowerment. Of course, depending on schools and which PDs they offer. Okay, moving on to as said by Shaw, participation is an educational means for students to gain knowledge and develop as citizens. Only through active learning can students develop democratic habits. I aim to engage students in the joy, excitement, and curiosity of learning through contextualised inquiry, problem posing, and authentic learning experiences, developing critical literacy skills. Always beginning classes in a variety of ways, i.e. music from different cultures or topical subjects, expressions on the board, or an image for interpretation, or small critical thinking groups to solve problems or puzzles. Activities will be structured as hands-on project learning, i.e. exploration, discourses, debates, etc. I aim to include problem posing as much as I possibly can within my classroom. Activities and tasks will be purposely guided by teacher questions and effective question types, problem posing, imagination, creativity, and examining real-world issues through connecting, learning, and open discussions to students' lives, communities, and cultures. This aims to create a culture of curiosity within the classroom, which is conducive to student differentiation. Throughout learning processes, students gain autonomy over learning as responsibility and decision-making are gradually handed to students. Subject matter will be built and structured to encourage students to become active and responsible members of the classroom, mimicking the real world and the role that they will play in society. Understanding, thinking, planning, investigating, working, and communicating will be scaffolded to support this. When planning for democratic learning, Shaw's 3 approaches will guide planning for generative topic and academic themes across learning areas. Within my classroom, students will develop and practice autonomous thinking through critically reflecting on experiences through discourse, teacher questions, posing questions themselves to critique the world, and academic themes learned across learning areas. This will challenge information given to them by teachers and by media literacy. To achieve this, a third idiom suggested by Ira Shaw is a transformative dialect for education. This will be based around Hass literacy and terminology, and students will adopt this when critiquing and challenging worldviews and concepts. NITV and other media literacy, for example, culturally appropriate rap, music, poetry, news articles, etc., will be implemented into lessons to explore current trends expressing thoughts and worldviews, where students can compare and contrast these, as well as comparing it to their own dialect that they would use. Knowledge is socially constructed. We need to think carefully about what we teach and from whose perspective. Desocializing education, I will break down education views, including perspectives and biases when selecting resources and strategies, and will individualize learning to the classroom as students within it. Addressing 8 Skill Standard 1, knowing students and how they learn. I will aim to teach from a broader perspective, including perspectives of or from minorities, so Indigenous or Aboriginal or Torres Strait Islanders, contextualising learning, and creating authentic learning experiences tailored to the students' interests, backgrounds, needs, etc. It is imperative as a future educator that I can integrate the curriculum learning areas to strengthen and deepen understandings, prompt inquiry through problem posing, assessing students' interpretations and ability to apply their skills and knowledge, and their ability to question and challenge perspectives, values, and information that is projected as the societal norm to them. Utilising cross-curricular priorities and resources such as Scoodle to help discover creative lesson ideas that will cover a variety of content across the 8 learning areas. So teaching strategies that I can employ. We need to develop strategies that will enable students to take social action to improve their school, wider community, and inevitably the world. Some of these that I can implement will include clear and concise instructioning, so it will be inquiry-based and differentiated, effective teacher questioning, and also question times where students can pose their own questions, alternative assessment types, reflection response time, tiered activities with extensions for taking action where students can go through and actually put their knowledge to use as they would in society. Think, pair, shares, collaborative group work, jigsaws, interviewing students to find a deeper understanding of where they're at, debates, experiential learning activities such as visualization, guest community links, so having speakers come in and using media technology in the classroom. So again, referring back to the NITV. Student outcomes, final point. To achieve student outcomes, I aim to draw on students' personal experiences and interests, build, extend, and challenge existing understandings and perspectives, explore a range of different perceptions and perspectives held by the norm of society as well as the students, involved past, present, and future, meaningful real-world context, current events and issues, engage students in problem-solving tasks and inquiry to develop evidence-based arguments and propose solutions or actions to challenge or act upon challenges, problems, issues in society today. Involve learning outside the classroom through authentic experiences and making connections to their community, so local and global scale, and developing skills which are transferable to other learning areas and are valuable to future learning and for the students as citizens. Thank you.